Millionaire sees an Indian girl wearing nothing under a bridge. You won't believe what he did next. Be it a stroke of good fortune or the work of fate, 8-year-old Divya's life and that of her family took a skyward turn for the better due to a chance encounter with an Australian millionaire businessman. Richard Harold Smith, or better known as Dick Smith, and his wife Pip were journeying along the Indian landscape by a train while they were touring the region. At one point, the train had to make a quick pit stop under an overpass in Vadodara, Gujarat. It was at this time that the Australian businessman peered out of his window and took a photograph of a homeless family who resided under the train bridge. The one characteristic that stood out to him was the girl in the middle, wearing nothing but a pink bracelet around her wrist. He noted the GPS coordinates as the train picked up speed and left for the next stop in their journey. The 71-year-old philanthropist then contacted a couple in Sydney with a mission to find the Indian girl with a pink bracelet and having only a picture and GPS coordinates to go on. The Sydney couple, Chris and Jess Bray, who are wildlife photographers, couldn't pass up the opportunity and promptly accepted Smith's proposal. Jess Bray recounts humorously saying, "Chris looked at me and said, 'Do you want to go to India?' I was like, 'Sure,' she said with a laugh." Although the couple had only just returned from their expedition to the Galapagos Archipelago and the Amazon, they found themselves flying once again, and this time to the vibrant streets of India. They proceeded to Vadodara and there began their search for the girl with the pink bracelet. Their hotel receptionist, a girl named Jayati, was eager to aid the couple on their mission to find the girl and her family, and therefore traveled with the couple to where the photo was taken, which was at a bridge known as the Polytechnic Bridge or the Shastri Bridge. She also acted as their English-Hindi translator. The receptionist-cum-tour guide had suggested that the couple bring a gift of some kind in order to make their good intentions clear, and so they did just that. Chris, Jess, and Gianni made their way to the local market and perused the earthy aisles and bought things such as sandals to present to the family they were in search for. The next day, the Australian couple made their way to the belly of the bridge and began their search for the girl with the pink bracelet and her family. Though they arrived at their destination, Chris and Jess could not recognize anyone from the photo they'd been given, and as desperation started to creep into them, they called a contact of theirs, Ratan, who was a manager at a nearby bank. Ratan then introduced the couple to Dr. Chalani, who was a lecturer from the nearby university who graciously agreed to help them. With that, back they went to the scene in question, which was under the Shastri Bridge. Dr. Chalani asked residents who were nearby whether they recognized anyone from Smith's photo. One lady admits to having seen them before and points to the direction of where they may be. At long last, the couple had managed to find the girl in the picture who was still wearing the notorious pink bracelet. They had found the sought-after girl and her family. Divya, whose name means divine light, was 8 years old. She was shy and cautious towards the newcomers as she thought that she'd gotten in trouble for something. The couple had told her that Smith had taken a photo of her and her family and that they just came to give her the photo. Divya has 2 brothers aged 7 and 2 respectively who were also in Smith's photo. The family had been living this poverty-stricken state for nearly 12 years. Divya's mother had to give birth to her children there under the bridge without any nurse or medical assistance as they couldn't afford it. Divya's father worked as a plasterer and earned a measly $4 to $6 a day, which was hardly enough to support the family of 5. The task of turning this family's fortune around began that afternoon when they were asked to go to the bank where the couple would explain their whole endeavor to them. Dr. Chalani had put forth the idea to write a formal contract that linked to the account which stated exactly what the funds were allowed to be used for, i.e. for rent and the children's education. The couple put in 3 months' worth of rent into the account to start things off. The family opened and activated their new bank account. Chris and Jess Bray took the family shopping and Divya looked ecstatic with the new clothes she'd get to wear. They even brought her to the local stationery shop to get her supplies for school. This miraculous journey of finding one girl with a pink bracelet in the swarm of 1.3 billion people, which is the population of India, is simply astounding. Chris said that it's so wonderful that the girl's family now has a chance of some definite income, and instead of having to remain under the railway bridge to be able to get into some reasonable accommodation. It was truly a remarkable feat, and thanks to the generosity of Dick and Pip Smith, as well as the goodness of Chris and Jess Bray, Divya and her family will see brighter days to come.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.